All right, it's time. UFC 291. I won't be at this event, although I really want to be. But it should be a good one. We have Miranda Maverick taking on Priscilla Cachoeira to start off the night. I'm gonna get right into it. So with Miranda Maverick, she's clunky, but she has a fundamental understanding of striking. Um, She doesn't carry a lot of power. She can hit you with power at times, but I don't think she's going to be able to crack her like Priscilla can. For that reason, on the feet, I will have to favor Priscilla just a tad, but it's not by a lot. It's Miranda's technically better. It's just Priscilla is more lethal on the feet. I think Miranda has better kicks also, so she can keep her at range. Um, The thing with Maverick, she's athletic and she has a decent grappling, a lot better than Priscilla. Priscilla's now a purple belt. It'll be interesting to see it at use because she's gonna need it. This is also elevation. I don't know what elevation Cachoeira is used to. She's a veteran, so I take it she has to have had some experience. If not, Brazil has decent. It's decently high up. I don't know though. It's Miranda Maverick's the pick. Um, but I'm not gonna like scream it from the rafters. Cachoeira, I'm not gonna lie, I have money on her at plus 375. Obviously, the lines have moved. I'm probably gonna ride it out to be honest, because you know she's dangerous, and I just think it takes one shot from Priscilla to change the fight. And other than Miranda by decision, I don't really know how else you're gonna win this fight. Because I do think Priscilla has underrated jiu-jitsu defense, and I think she's only been subbed by Julian Robertson, I think. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Miranda here, but I think Priscilla is very dangerous in this fight, and I wouldn't really be comfortable taking either side. I only did it because of the value. Moving on. We have Matthew Semelsberger taking on Uros Medic. Uros Medic. He is the doctor or the dentist, one of the two. And yeah, he's okay. He's long. He tries to go for the finish early. Um, he's been working on pacing himself, not getting too caught up in the moment, then gassing himself out. He has a really powerful cross punch. Decent power. Uh, I would have to say his kicks are also very good. They're decent. I wouldn't say they're very good. The thing with it, he's also unpredictable. Some at times you have to watch out for that. But the thing is with him, his boxing's not the best. Like it's okay. It's not the greatest defensively, especially. He's green. He's still pretty green. Not a great nail. He can't take damage that well. His chin's exposed most of the time. It's his first time at welterweight. Like, there's a lot of red flags here for Uros Medic. I'm gonna go with Matthew Semelsberger, but it's not a confident pick. Semelsberger has been looking very mid in his last fight. He has power, always that power, but I would have to say, um, he has that power, but his fight IQ at times isn't the greatest. He's a bit of brick hips. Like he fall once he's down, he's down. His fight IQ is pretty low. He slows, like I said that, sorry, I said that already. He slows down with his cardio. Not the best wrestling or BJJ. Like, where does he even train? Like, he's hittable. Um, he can't follow a game plan really to save his life. But man, like the things he does well is he's has that death touch. He's tough as an ox. And I think Matthews round two is a interesting prop, if not late round one. Um, I don't know. I think I like Matthews. I don't like him here. Sorry, I think he's gonna win, but I'm not going to be playing this, especially at negative 200. So moving on, we have CJ Vergara versus Vinicius Salvador. So the thing about Vinicius, he is very dangerous, and I thought he was looking so good in the contender series, but then I realized Shannon Ross is a bum. How are you taking him to a 3 round decision after almost having him on death's door? So this is a hard fight for me to call because CJ does get discouraged against, but he only comes back like against fighters who like slow down. And maybe Vinicius slows down, but he usually doesn't, especially when it stays in the feet. Um, his jiu-jitsu, the thing with Vinicius is he stays on his back, so that's a path to victory I see Vergara having is being able to take him down and keep him down. But he tends to be active with his guard, especially in the early rounds. Um, but then when he doesn't get anything like a sweep or an omoplata, nothing, he gets really discouraged and he just stays on his back. So it's really an interesting matchup because if Vergara could get him down, I can easily see that an easy win for Vergara. But in a damage-based scoring system, I'm gonna have to lean with. Uh, I'm gonna have to lean with Vinicius Salvador, but I'm not confident at all, and I'm most likely taking him by split decision. This is what I was gonna do with Marcos last week, but I just didn't have the balls to do it. But anyways, yeah, Vinicius Salvador by split decision. This is gonna be a hard fight to call because I do think Vergara has an easy path to victory, but does he do it? Moving on, he likes to engage in wars. Moving on, we have Jake Matthews taking on Darius Flowers. Darius. He is explosive. He is very, very powerful. He can knock you out with his hands. The thing about Darius is he doesn't exactly, let's say, have a lot of skills. Like he isn't like, you know, he's a bit of a journeyman. He's reckless. He's hittable. He can knock people out. Like I haven't really seen like too much out of him that I've been like, oh my god, impressed by, you know? Like in my opinion, he's not that great. Like getting choked up by Ryan Leninger is atrocious. So I'm gonna go with dear Jake Matthews here. Not confident again with the chin of Matthews. Anything is possible. But I'm gonna go with Jake Matthews here. I think he is just the more seasoned, more well-rounded, more talented fighter. Is just the chin that worries me. So I'm gonna keep it simple with that fight. Not too much to talk about there. Um, but yeah, I do think Jake Matthews wins this. Will I pay the price for him? I don't know. I don't think so, but never know. Moving on, we have Roman Kopylov versus Claudio Ribeiro. This is a pretty easy prediction in my opinion. You got Roman Kopylov here. I like Claudio Ribeiro. He does good things. I think he has heavy hands as well. He could knock Roman Kopylov out, but he's just too wild for me. He swings with everything and he can gas himself out. Especially in that second round when things start getting tough. I don't even think I have a section for him, but I'm gonna have to add a section for him for my tape. I didn't even do tape on this one, so that's my bad. It is what it is though. Let's save that. Roman Kopylov is a computer. He has when he gets his reads, he is a phenomenal striker. Just takes him around, sometimes less, to get his reads. When he does, he puts it on you. It took him a while to get his career going, losing to guys like Carl Robertson by submission. But once he realized that he can hang with the guys by beating the crap out of Albert Duraev on the feet, he finally gained confidence. And with that, he had a rough first round or first. I can't even remember how the fight went, to be honest. Alessio was having a good start, and all I remember is Alessio. All I remember, or I can't remember exactly how the fight went. All I remember is Alessio was doing pretty good, and then all comes the combinations of Kopylov to KO Alessio in the last round, showing that elite striking. And I'm thinking, man, it's just Alessio. No way he could do that again. He fights Puna. He flattens Puna viciously, just absolutely TKOs him, makes him just feel like he made Puna feel inferior that night. Like it was a crazy finish. Um, yeah, it was really impressive. Now he's fighting a guy whose wins are against Ivan Venezuela, who actually is a decent win. And then before that, all of his losses wins were against Cans. His loss to Abdul Al Razak Hassan isn't a great loss. He got KO'd because he got tired and he couldn't take it. Um, Being a nail is tough. He fought a dead body in Joseph Holmes, who doesn't like fighting at all. I don't know why he does it. Roman Kopylov is not is it's a really big step up from the last two opponents, and I think not a really big, but decently big step up, and I think Kopylov's going to tune him up and get him out of there within the first or second round. I'm going to go with round two TKO by Kopylov, but I it could be earlier. Kopylov's aside here. Could he get chinned? Yes, but I think he's just a better fighter. Everyone's thinking, oh, but what if he tries to take Kopylov down? Good luck. Kopylov has all he's been working on is takedown defense his last few fights. I think he'll be okay. Except for Puna. That fight he didn't have to, but the fight with Duryev changed him, I think, with his grappling. Moving on. Derek Lewis versus Marcus Rodrigo de Lima. Now, Derek Lewis, he is done. He's old. He's over the hill. He packs it in the minute things get hard. He's not the same Derek Lewis. He can't just get up like he used to. He's a lot like it's like his knees can't take it anymore. Um, I love him, but he's older. His wrestling and grappling have never been good. Once he's on top of you, good night. But he's a terrible nail. His cardio is terrible, and you're fighting a guy who's just a juggernaut and was not a juggernaut. Sorry, he's just a little soldier that just keeps coming at you. Marcos, well, I shouldn't say little. Marcos is a big man, big old legs, and he trains with good guys at American Top Team. To be honest, I don't see a whole lot of ways he loses this fight. I think he has the power to put Lewis away if needed. He's got the leg kicks to keep Lewis's power at ease. Can't use your boxing on a dead legs. He plus Lewis is going to be trying to use his footwork, fancy kicks, etc. DeLima's got some power, like I said. He trains at a good gym, so I do think he'll be well prepared. Um, but the thing with him that I worry is he can connect, be hittable. He moves his head, but I do think Lewis can be the one to crack him. I think this could be another knockout win for Lewis. It just depends. Um, he slows down as well, but not to the level of Lewis, of course. Not and his footwork isn't great. He just kind of plods forward, but you know, I think it can work for him. He could just track Lewis down. This is a risky fight. Negative value, I wouldn't take Marcus, but you know, see how much it is by decision. Maybe I don't know. I'm just staying away from this fight. You guys can do. There's a lot of fights in this card. I'm just staying away from. You guys can do what you want. Moving on. Gabriel Bonfim versus Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles, man, man, he's something. You take him against guys who aren't the greatest, but aren't terrible. But you against guys with the talent of Bonfim, you can't bring yourself to take him in a pick. His BJJ is pretty good. I'll give it to him, especially his defense. Other than he's been subbed by a few guillotines. Other than that, but other than that, he's got some decent boxing. His chin's a bit exposed, but for the most part, he stays defensively sound. He's got some underrated power. No one really sleeps. Everyone sleeps on his power, but he's got some decent power in his hands. Nice jab, okay footwork. The thing with him though is his chin always usually fails him. His poor fight IQ when he gets tired. Poor output as well. Doesn't and he also doesn't really kick a whole lot. Luckily, he's not fighting a kicker here in Bonfim. Bonfim is by far, in my opinion, the better brother. I think Gabriel is either going to KO or sub Giles. I think this is another gimme fight for him. I really like Bonfim. He is a very, very dangerous opponent. Nasty boxing, nice hands, quick boxing. He's very fluid. Man, scrambling, his jiu-jitsu is, man, really beautiful to watch. He's a finisher. He's nasty when he gets a hold of your neck. Like, man, he has such good eyes for the sport. He sees things so well. Good evasions. He's trained at elevation before, so this isn't anything new for him. Um, like I said, he's talented. He's athletic. One thing you could say is his chin's just a little high. He's also young, so and he makes mistakes. So he tries to be in firefights when he shouldn't. He could get caught into that here. Um, he gets, like I said, it's just the age I worry about more. But I do think Bonfim wins this fight. I think he is I think the more talented fighter. But it could get sticky. You never know. I'm on Bonfim. This is probably my most confident, if not my most confident prediction on the card. Moving on, we have Kevin Holland versus Michael Chiesa. So we have Kevin Holland, man. Holland has me blocked, so I'm not gonna say a whole lot of nice things about him because he has me blocked, and I don't really like Kevin Holland, but he hits you from weird angles. He's got some underrated power, or not underrated, but he's got some power. Weird combos, so you don't really see them coming. Unorthodox, like I just said, he's just not your traditional fighter. You can't game plan for him as well as most fighters. He's experienced also. Most people wouldn't think he's a very experienced by the way he acts. He's very experienced. He's fought a lot of guys. Now we get to the cons of Kevin Holland. He is a bum, in my opinion. He is never going to be a champion, and he'll never beat anyone good. Chiesa is all right. He can't strike. He has okay wrestling, and his jiu-jitsu is pretty good. Kevin Holland, in my opinion, has him beat everywhere. Everywhere. Maybe the wrestling goes to Chiesa, but I think jiu-jitsu's even. If not, maybe a slight advantage for Chiesa, but I think it's even. I think Kevin Holland wins this fight every day of the week, maybe on Sundays too. I don't know. I just don't see Kevin losing this fight unless like I said, his fight IQ gets the better of him. But I think this is a Kevin Holland fight. I think he puts out Chiesa, who's been off for now 2 years. Yeah, I think Chiesa is about to retire, so I'm on to Kevin Holland here. This is probably an easy pick. Moving on, speaking of an easy pick, we have Bobby Green taking on Tony Ferguson. Now, as long as Bobby Green doesn't regress from what I've seen in that last fight with Jared Gordon, I do think he has a good shot of winning this here. Tony Ferguson is beyond past his prime. He is done. Doesn't fight the same at all. His energy fight week's been interesting, so maybe we'll be surprised, but I doubt it. He's the same Tony in my opinion from the last few fights. I think he's a shell of himself. Tony is used to be one of my favorite fighters. Now it's just sad. Um, the loss to Nate Diaz was brutal. He just put himself in the positions where he knew he shouldn't be just because he wanted to get out of there. Not the same Tony at all. It was really sad to watch. Anyways, I don't want to see this fight at all, to be honest. But if Tony's back, maybe I don't know. I doubt it, but I think it's gonna be another KO win for Bobby Green. Pull cross with his one of his lazy jabs Tony throws. I just think this is an easy win for Bobby Green. Um, I think Tony's gonna come at him, and Bobby does well, and guys come at him. So I don't know. I think this is an easy win for Bobby Green. Could I be wrong? Maybe, but I'll be very, very shocked if Tony wins this fight. Moving on. We have Stephen Thompson taking on Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira is a very, very athletic man with a lot of high unorthodox movements. He's very dangerous. Well, not very dangerous. He's pretty dangerous. He has some power, but he's not much of a finisher other than his win over Chinny Danny Roberts. Stephen Thompson is a finisher. He has excellent striking, far superior striking in my opinion. He's about to show him what the karate stance really means. I think Thompson might be outmatched with the age and the power, but I do think Thompson's a better fighter all around. I'm gonna go with Thompson here. I feel like it's gonna be another clinic, 30-27, but you never know. Michelle could surprise us and have maybe a good round, or maybe even catch Thompson at some point. But I think it's a pretty safe bet in Thompson here. I don't see Thompson losing. The price is a little steep, so you might want to stay away from that. But I don't know. I think this is a fight for Thompson. Moving on, we have Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira, co-main event. So Alex Pereira, in my opinion, is at the weight he deserves, or not deserves, or he should be. This is a very dangerous fight for him, given the experience difference. The grappling difference, I feel, is far superior. Jan has way better grappling. The problem is he has to get him there. Alex is a lot bigger now, so I could see it being a lot harder to take him down. But you never know. Maybe Jan just trained wrestling this whole camp. He can make it a lot easy for himself. So I don't know. Alex's left hook is also a big problem for Jan, who leaves himself open for left hooks a lot. I think Alex Pereira is going to win this fight by KO in the early first or second round, but you never know with this fight. It could be just a Jan Blachowicz domination or a TKO submission. It's a hard fight to call. I'm just gonna go with though Alex's only way to win, and that's by KO. I can't see him piecing up Jan for 5 rounds. Jan's cardio doesn't usually go that long, anyways. I mean, anyways, I'm going with Alex Pereira here. I think this is a weight class for him. I think he'll perform even better. Moving on. We have Justin Gaethje taking on Dustin Poirier. The fight that everyone's been waiting for. Poirier versus Gaethje. I'm on Gaethje. Everyone might be upset about that, but I think Gaethje's got what it takes here. Could I be wrong? Will that might look stupid? Maybe, but it's a close fight. I think Gaethje has what it takes to win this fight. He's been working with Whitman, and he's been looking so good on the feet, outboxing very, very high level strikers like Fiziev. The thing about Gaethje though is how he responded to being cracked by that Poirier power. Because when he gets hit, sometimes he gets into brawl mode, and you can't do that with Poirier. You get put away. So I'm gonna go with Gaethje here, but it's not a confident pick. It's just a gut feeling pick. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight. I'm really excited for it. This is probably the fight I'm most excited for, of course, on the card, like most of you. But yeah, I'm on Gaethje here. It's gonna be a fun one though. I'm a fan of both men. My number one pick is gonna be Bonfim. Number two, we have Bobby Green. Number three, I'd have to say Kevin Holland. Number four would have to say, or number three as well, Kopylov. Number four, Stephen Thompson. And number five, I'd have to say, or yeah, number four, Maverick as well. Actually, no, number five, Maverick. And number five, Jake Matthews. All right, guys, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and we'll get you next time, all right? We'll get you on all the plays, and we'll cash some more, okay? Join the Discord. We're eating in that Discord, not just fight plays. We're eating. I made a bunch of money today just off esports. Join the team. Come on, guys. What are you waiting for? See you soon.